I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you? Happy Monday.
Action. And I was muted. I was muted. I'm no longer muted. We are good to go, man. I had everything perfect. Everything was perfect, Coach Jay. Your video was good. Everything was good, and now it's just all went to all went downhill from there. Let me see if I can refresh your
But
everything.
we're here. We're
We're
here.
yes, sir. We are here. Let me get this refreshed. Looking good. You're on it. You have standing desk. Is that what this is?
Yeah, I converted my desk into a little bit of a standing desk today. Just got to make sure stretch out a little bit. Sitting in the chair all day can't be healthy. So started to feel a little stiff. So I did some stretching and going to stand up for this hour and a half and feel better about it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Every time I have every second I have an opportunity, I get up, I'll walk a little bit, do some stretching, as we much should, and we'll go over a little bit more of that when we do the, trading strategy, which we're going to be doing again. So if you missed last night was the very first night. It's on, it's recorded. Watch it again. We're going to continue to build on it. 30 minutes every single day. This week, Sunday night through Thursday night, we're going to continue the strategy building. We have Coach Jay here. You're going to be able to, tune in. Jay, you know exactly what I'm going to be referring to. We've done one together. It feels like a year ago. But let's just take a look at these markets. If you've missed it, in the YouTube chat, there is our Top Step risk disclosure. Every time we come online, everything we talk about and refer to is for educational purposes only. It is not a signals class. This is not financial advice. Like I said, we are here for education. We are here to get better as traders. And these markets are freaking moving. So let's take a look at these markets. I'm going to do a rapid fire. Thank you, Bruno. Shout out to Bruno. You are doing so much better than that freaking Nightbot. Bruno, shout out
Dakota,
to you, man.
we got some news before we got on here. Trump removes removing Fed Governor Lisa Cook effective immediately. This was about a half an hour ago.
Correct.
Trump sends a letter to Fed Reserve Powell on Truth Social, removing Lisa Cook from position. Wow.
Oh, that's why we're seeing the movement. So let's do a quick rundown. I'm going to take the NASDAQ and just top down. Always, every single thing. It's very repetitive, very consistent. That's what we're doing. I start on the daily, then I'll zoom in. On the daily chart, we had that nice, beautiful day, August 22nd. We seen it. Market rallied. We pumped. We got up to these, 600s. We're coming down a little bit. If we zoom in, I'm not seeing anything else. We're kind of still in the middle, maybe a pullback from Friday's rally. Let's zoom into an hourly chart. And we kind of got a little bit of a trend reversal on Friday. I did a video on social media. I posted it. I talked about a trade setup I had and it worked out amazing. We had this big rally. We got a bit of a pullback during the New York session. We hit this level of support. The support used to be resistance, this consolidation, and we just bounced from there. Well, it looks like tonight with that news, Coach Jay, we are breaking through that support. Next level I really have is going to be this maybe 360s. Can we see these 360s? Could that be a possibility if we do continue to find some momentum down below? We already broken yesterday's low off that news. So maybe 360s showing some patience. We are still kind of in that support zone technically. With anything, there's zones. But if we get down to these 360s, 370 maybe, I could be looking for some buying opportunities. I'm going to zoom into a 5-minute chart and then I'll pass it off to you. It's basically, it's the same thing. There's not much change. The more I zoom in, we are holding a little bit. It looks like it was just a big, massive tape bomb off that news. And we did find some buyers, kind of like a buy the dip, but we're starting to push right back down lower. So that's going to be interesting. Like I said, 360s is kind of my target area. If we could get down there tonight or in the morning to be looking for some buying opportunities. Selling opportunities, it's just kind of wait and see. We are rolling over, to be honest, throughout the rest of this afternoon. We kind of just are going down and to the right. So will this market find buyers, or if we're going to continue to sell off? I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on what you're seeing in these markets, Coach Jay?
I'm seeing President Trump on a heater right now. He's talking about more tariffs, tariffs due to digital taxes. He's going off on Truth Social right now, I believe. But what we're seeing, Dakota, we had that spike of volume, right around the Asia session open, and we're holding that right now. 23,501 is the high of it. 23,410 is the low, and we are testing. And we were talking about this during the opening call with Hoag this morning. We are below 50% of the Powell candle, right? So we had Powell speaking last week. 50% of that is these 450s. Wouldn't mind a short around there. Looking at a 385 target, which is a 200 moving average on the 30-minute. Looks like a pretty good target to the downside. And if we flush there, 260s as a potential target. So this looks heavy for now. Unless we can hold this low here, these 410s, but I don't see that happening. Big spike of volume. We got to push back up. We couldn't hold above the high. Now let's see if we test this low near 410.
Yeah, lots of selling pressure. It's looking pretty heavy. That
For
news
sure.
came in and stirred the market. Like I said, slow markets. Every once in a while, we'll get a spike in volatility. We get news, headlines, something like this. Which, I mean, we're talking about trade opportunity. Let's take a look at gold. I'm over here on gold on the 5-minute, and talk about a rally. We were down here just below 3,400, starting to sell off, and then that news hit. And look at this. We have, I mean, that's quite a bounce here on gold. Buy gold, buy the dip. We're up almost 1% off that. And so I'm going to zoom out. I know you talked about this at the buzzer. I've talked about this very frequently here in slow markets, similar to what you're saying, Coach Jay. Here on the daily, it's been, buy these lows, sell these highs up here, and we just bounced off these lows. And this market looks like we could be running back up towards those 3,500s. That's what I'm looking at on the daily. It looks like as we start to zoom in a little bit, you kind of see that we, as of tonight, after that news, we are breaking through these 3420s. So next stop, 3440s. You can see there's some nice support and resistance here around those 3440s. That's what I'm looking at, finding opportunities to buy pullbacks here with this increased volatility. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going a little bit quick, but that's because these markets are moving and there's definitely possibility of some opportunities. Last Thursday night, I was getting in long looking for this beautiful shoulder, head, and shoulders patterns. It's not perfect. We broke through that neckline very strong. We got that pullback, and yes, we are starting to break through these highs here in gold. And next stop, I'm looking at this again, and yeah, I like those. I like these 440s. These 440s, there's some decent. That's a decent area to target for some longs for the first target, and then maybe up 34.7, and ultimately that target of those highs, those 3,500s. And yeah, these markets, fast markets 2.0. I'm looking for pullbacks here on gold. I'm going to zoom onto the 5-minute chart, and we do have 20 minutes until the top of the hour, which is when we typically see a spike in volatility and some volume coming in to these markets. But we are seeing that come in right here, right now, and gold continue to push higher. We're already in these 3420s. Are you seeing anything other than that in gold, Coach Jay?
Maybe a pullback to 3416s, that 3416 to 20 area for a potential buy.
Yeah.
This zone right around here. Yep, looking there, but gold is looking bullish. Coach Paul and I did at the buzzer at the close today, and we talked about gold on the daily, just following this pattern, right? We get stuck in the middle near 3,400. We consolidate. That's what we had today. But gold has been going upper extreme of the range, lower extreme of the range for the last 120 days. The pattern is the pattern until it breaks, and right now it looks like we have some catalysts to kind of push us back up towards the high of this range. When we do get up here, we have these kind of equal highs up here. We're a couple of days away from that, it looks like, but yeah, I don't see a good reason to short this market right now. Just looking for some opportunities to buy.
No, I agree. And if you missed it, I'll repeat this a few times. Coach Jay just talked about it. A few things hitting the headlines. Trump talking about tariffs. And then you said what? Trump removing Governor Fed Cook effective immediately. So we have some headlines coming out. That is aligned with why these markets could definitely be moving. And we're seeing volatility here.
Absolutely. We are seeing the NASDAQ continuing to sell here. We got below those 410s, and I'm looking at it and asking, is there a potential opportunity to get in? Not really seeing a long or much of a tilt right now, 54%, but NASDAQ is just tanking right now.
Yeah, no, my eyes are on gold, waiting for a pullback to buy as well. And just so you know, for those that are tuning in, we will be doing the strategy session this week. I'm going to be starting in about 30 minutes before the end of class. So right about 8:30 p.m. Central is when we'll start the strategies. We have Coach Jay here. He'll also be able to go through some of that with us as well. But like I said, right now the markets are moving. We're looking for opportunities.
Where are you looking at for a pullback in gold? What's a good enough pullback here?
420s. 420s. We just broke through those highs. I'm looking for a pullback to those 420s. We might not get it. I mean, there's a lot of momentum throughout this, Coach Jay. We have about 17 minutes until the top of the hour. I don't want to chase this market. There's a lot of traders here probably with some FOMO. Definitely some FOMO involved with these types of markets after you've seen such a rally and woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's what's usually on the back of your minds.
Absolutely. I'm trying to find a place to maybe get into a short here. I think there's some room down to 260s here in the NASDAQ.
Yeah, 260s.
But another 100 points.
Okay, I was looking for 360s, but your 260s are a bit lower than that.
Yeah. We're firing Fed governors. We're talking about tariffs. Send it all to zero.
There we go. Yeah. Everything. That's the thing about technicals, right? It works until headlines, and technicals kind of go out the window, and these markets start to freaking move. Yeah. Let's just watch this. We're pushing these lows. We're breaking through those 400s. We're seeing some volatility tonight. That's for sure.
For sure. Lata says this price action is better than fast markets today. I agree. Fast markets today was pretty choppy. That first half an hour, especially if you were looking at the S&P. The S&P that first hour was tough to trade, but it cleaned up after a little while.
Coach Hoop says carry trade action. It's feeling a little bit like that, right? But not as dramatic. The carry trade price action was insane. It's starting to get. I don't know. It's hard to compare. It's hard to compare to that. It's recorded, so we could always go back and rewatch that from over a year ago. But we were probably down 200 or 300 points. We're down what? We're down about 100, 120 points.
NASDAQ's about a 0.5% down right now.
Yeah, we do have Nvidia earnings coming out Wednesday, so this is coming right before Nvidia earnings. It's gonna make for a spicy Tuesday.
A lot of pressure on Nvidia here to keep the fate of the financial world in its hands.
Exactly. Yeah, we need Nvidia needs to come through. Ooh, we gotta adjust this a little bit better. There we go. There's definitely opportunity. I'm not seeing any decent trade rather than just trying to find pullbacks to get in. But so far, it's just hands off for me. Hands off. So ask, will we recover the Friday candle to the downside? Well, on NASDAQ, we're getting on gold, we're getting continuation to the long side. NASDAQ, we're doing the opposite, right? So this is where I don't like playing correlation. Everyone asks me opinions about correlation. We have NASDAQ selling off. We have gold going up. On Friday, it was the opposite. So no correlation here tonight. It's actually the opposite. Gold's pumping, NASDAQ selling off. Maybe. We're already almost down to these 360s. This is that first level I was looking for a bounce. But right now, it really is like catching a falling knife, especially with this low volatility. Spreads holding up okay. The spread's holding up okay. It's like 3 or 4 ticks. It's not as sane. The carry trade, the spread was 10 points.
Oh, yeah. That was a different world.
Yeah,
man, gold is not pulling back at all.
Scary. No, it's just going.
Continuing to rally here.
It's going.
Continuing to rally. I was looking for a pull up into 400s in the NASDAQ. I want to short there, but
Short 23,400.
we got close. We got up to what was that high there? 397, which I guess is enough of a failure after that level, but do kind of want to get short here for some continuation lower.
Yeah, NASDAQ continue to push these lows. Pushing. Yeah, digital tariffs.
Wow, gold. Look at gold.
Let's take a look. It's gone.
She gone.
Wow. We can zoom into probably like a 100 tick chart. Yeah, that's gone. That's a meme coin for now. That is 430s. I was looking for those 440s. We might get there sooner than later, and I'm going to be curious to see, is that top of the hour in 12 minutes going to increase this? And it's one of those things where you miss the move. It's just one of the most difficult things as a trader, right? Just sitting here watching and waiting, exercising
How do you get
patience.
In it?
Yeah, just patience. That's all you do. If you missed it, you just, hey, like a cruise, right? You missed the cruise, it's gone. You're not turning the ship around.
Not turning it around at all. Away from the port.
Yeah.
Go catch a flight somewhere.
Okay.
See if you can catch up.
Uh-huh. All right, NASDAQ finding some buyers stepping into these 70s.
A little bit.
For now. Yep, Cook's gone. Fed Cook, and now some digital tariffs. The power of one man in a tweet or a Truth Social or internet post.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. I downloaded the Truth Social app on my phone, but I kept the notifications off.
Oh, you missed
it. Guess that kind of defeats the purpose of having the app on your phone. But
yeah, you missed these stock signals. That's what.
Is that where he told everybody to buy Intel?
Yeah, Intel was up big. I don't know. I'll have to check a look. I don't know where it finished today, but Intel's had a lot of volatility. Digital tariffs. What is that tariffs on, everyone? Help me out here. Is this like, streaming services, movies, any digital services?
That's a good question.
That I think that is a good question. Who does it affect and why and what? I've seen someone mention Netflix and NFTs, the hub only, like Google, Meta, etc. A lot of tech stocks I can imagine. UFC pay-per-views. Digital taxes. Uber. Some Uber. We're testing that 400 level. So we found support those 70s.
Testing it here.
Back up to 400s. YouTube Premium. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much. I mean, there was a buying opportunity, but do you really want to buy that in slow markets? Yeah, we did consolidate there for about 5 minutes. This thing could just drop back, fall off. Like I said, I wanted those 60s. We didn't quite get there. We got to 71. Maybe there was, I'm not seeing anything that would have said 71. I mean, 69. You can see that I was looking at this level that we've seen on the higher time frame, these 60s. We didn't get there. Came within a few points, unfortunately, and just bounced off it. Just bounced. We're above those 400s right now. We have 9 minutes at the top of the hour. Maybe is this a pullback to sell, Coach Jay? You said he was mentioning it.
I'm getting ready to take a short here.
Okay, I'm watching gold. We're not getting much of a pullback there. Just kind of a hesitation.
No trade yet. Kind of want to see how we respond to this. The low of this candle, this wick here, on the initial sell-off. You see, we're not testing it yet. 410s. But getting ready to take a trade would be about a 40-point stop on this. So let's see. Ideally, I want to get into this trade and have my stop above 450s.
Got it. Where are you looking to get in, you said?
Right in the zone, 400s up to 410s.
Okay.
I may start with just one micro. Yeah, I'm short one micro. Small size on this to start. I may add to this position, but risking less than $100 on this. See if we get some continuation. If we push up into this candle and don't accept, then I may add to this.
Okay. I'm wanting to get in long gold, but that ship is sailed. Just waiting. 7 minutes at the top of the hour. Maybe we could see some type of pullback or something. See, what's NASDAQ? NASDAQ's down 0.4% tonight. Actually, you know what I could do? Let me take a look at the rest of the market. Let me see how the rest of this market's reacting here. Let's see.
You looking at like Mag 7 stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my brokerage on my phone, looking through all these stocks, and look, it's just red across the board.
Red across the board.
Yeah, red, just red. Yep. Everything's red. Other than gold. Yeah, Tesla's down 3/4.
Everything's down.
Everything's down. Not like crazy panic, dramatic sell off, but it's down, right? So I'll keep that there. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too dramatic yet. This is definitely not a carry trade. On the carry trade, I looked at it and everything was down like 2% plus, and that's where it gets a little scary when it comes to when you look at the markets and we're down over 2% very fast in the Asian session overnight. All right, nice short there so far.
It's like a point in my favor. A point in my favor. I'm looking to add to it, but yeah, we can't call this nice yet. Really nothing's happened since I got into this trade.
Yeah, hopefully that wasn't the move and now we flatline or sideline. Yeah.
Right. I actually don't mind leaving this trade on though, until it either gets stopped out or, we hit the target. I am looking somewhere down near those 300s as a target. So I don't mind leaving this one on.
Okay. Yeah, just consolidating here. Let's see, take a look at gold. Gold not really pulling back either. We just sideways. Gold's not seeing the pullbacks like NASDAQ. At least NASDAQ bounced a little bit for you. So if you wanted to short it like you, Jay, you're able to get at least a little bit of a good risk reward. But gold is just, not really much giving.
Yeah, it's just pushing.
Yep.
Just jump in.
Yeah, we know gold could do that, right? Gold could definitely just go.
What was the NASDAQ doing this morning? It was like 10-point pullbacks, and then we rallied. Gold is maybe 4-point pullbacks right now, and then we continue.
Yeah.
Is that a shallow enough dip to buy? Is the question. But
just close your eyes and buy it.
Right.
Looking for 3,500 in gold. Gold doing gold things. Yeah, we know when gold starts to gain momentum, it's not much of a pullback. It's a lot different market, right? Different markets, different personalities. That's a big one. Different market conditions as well. Understanding that, like NASDAQ or a healthy market will get a rally, a pullback, and then a rally, and then another pullback. But then sometimes gold could just get on a run and just keep going, and very rarely have any pullbacks. Same with NASDAQ too. Sometimes like 5-10 points. Okay, that's enough, and then we just keep rallying. NASDAQ getting up to these 415, 416s. I love gold. Everyone loves gold.
I wonder if Aaron is trading gold right now.
I don't know. I seen he posted a picture on his Insta. I think he was in Switzerland. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. And on that note, let's make sure we get these socials. You too, Jay. We always have to plug that. So if you missed it, or if I'm not on air, if we're not on air, you could always keep updates there. I had that beautiful gold trade last Thursday. I posted it there in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, that was a great trade, man.
Man, that was the trade of the month for the personal. I've been struggling back on the struggle bus for a few days on the simulated account. I freaking blew those XFAs, man. Blew those XFAs. And then I had a phone call with Ben, one of Topstep's risk managers, and he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. I've been absolutely crushing it in my personal account, and then I just choked and dropped the ball here in these XFAs, and so now I'm back in a combine. I'm like, damn, it sucks. It sucks." I tell you what, it's psychological. I told him, like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Here's my personal account stats, and I'm going to send him my personal account to review. He's like, show me. We'll see what's going on. And then why is the trading so dramatically different? Like, is it size? Is it position? Is it psychological? It's probably psychological, to be honest. That's what I've been struggling with a lot.
Yeah, probably so.
In this account.
Probably so. Trinity says, why don't these guys go institutional level if they're trading well? Well, you can hear from Dakota. You know, it's mixed results right now, right? Mixed results in the trading well in his personal account, trading maybe not so well in a Topstep account. Dakota, if you had the opportunity to go institutional, would you do it? What does that mean? Go institutional?
It can mean a lot of things, right? Do you get paid salary plus commission? There's a lot of different situations where someone could trade institutional. It's a lot of pressure too, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of pressure, and it's performance. I don't think I'd ever. I don't know. I've had a few people ask me that. I've had some good conversations. I was looking to become. And I've kind of put down the back burner, right? Got my Series 3, got my Series 30, and I was working on taking the CFA exams to become a chartered financial analyst. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Talk about mental and psychological pressure, and then having a boss, and this way doing it on my own. I mean, we're free, right? We're free to do whatever we want. We can travel when we want. We can, yeah. I've thought about it.
Yeah. Interesting thought.
Yeah. Would you ever go institutional, Jay, if someone's like...
it depends on what that means, right? It depends what that means.
Exactly.
Would it be nice to, manage a huge book of capital? Yeah, but, there is pressure, like you said, that comes with that. It's... It depends on what the circumstances.
It's that's the answer to most questions.
It depends.
It depends.
The answer is it depends.
Yeah. Rich in bed says CFA is no joke. It's a time commitment, like 4 to 5 years. Yes, and I've been studying for just over 3.5. Requires bachelor's to be able to start taking the test, and the tests are like a book. It's like this thick. And it's not just one test. There's multiple tests. It's insane to get your CFA. And then after you get your CFA, it still doesn't really guarantee anything. I mean, I still make more doing my own thing trading than I would. But it sounds nice, right, to have a little CFA in front of your name. But yeah, I can tell you what, day trading, what we're doing here and in these financial markets, you can make more than any other job, right? Like, the risk reward, the opportunity is just absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the return of 480p, Jay. I don't know. we had it solved there for a minute, and it just who knows? Who freaking knows? Let's see. Kind of just dried up. We're at the top of the hour. Let's take a look at gold. You're still short the NASDAQ. We are now getting a little bit of a pullback here in gold. So let's see if we could find some opportunity. I'm going to be looking for opportunity to get in long the gold.
I know you were looking at 320s before. We have 320 still looks like a pretty good spot here.
It does. I think I'm going to be more inclined to a little more aggressive. 320s was earlier, but we did get up to these 340s. I'm going to be watching it to see if there's some type of. Honestly, I wouldn't be mind. Well, 320s could mean a lot of things, right? It could mean 320 to 329. I think that's a pretty decent, decent range. I would take mid 20s if we get down there in reverse. Like I said, it's the top of the hour. We are getting a little bit of a pullback here in gold. So finally some price action.
Din says, I'm back at Topstep, just past 5 accounts, 50Ks. Nice job.
Nice
Good job getting back in the markets. I had an ad here. I'm kind of happy I didn't get that ad. Still only risking $100 with this micro, but NASDAQ is not going in my favor right now. Stop is still above 450s. 454 is my stop here. I do still want to get these 2 ads on because I'm just short one right now. Let's see. If we reject 450s, I may add them up there right below where my stop is.
Got it. Yeah, gold's getting to 329 now. 329s. I'm just going to watch, be patient, see if we could get some type of long here. Would you?
Yeah,
still
chat. Maybe my stop is the entry.
Yeah,
maybe I just take maybe I take full position at my stop. Right, I'm just in one. Right, I was comfortable getting up to 3 or 4 micros here. So I'm happy that I'm managing risk well on this because I was probably a little bit early. You guys are right. Let's see what happens at these 450s though. 440, yeah, 452. Let's see what happens if we get up there. Is Trump done speaking? Is he ever done? I think he's done for now.
Temporary when he sleeps or eats.
Yeah. Last truth was 18 minutes ago.
Got the wild. He just got the market. Woke the market up.
Definitely did.
All right, I'll take 29 even if I could get it here in gold.
Doom, you bought 5 ES instead of 5 MNQ. Oh man, I've definitely made that mistake before.
I've been there, man. We've all have, right? We've all done something like that. There was one time I was live in front of everybody with my man Rips. We did a Topstep TV takeover, and he was running it, and I fat fingered 15, and it happened in like less than 10 seconds. Where I was like, "Oops," and then he's like, "What happened?" Like 1 second, and then DLL before I could even do anything.
Man.
And that was in my live account. I was like, God.
Yeah, it happens quick, and you're just like, there's that second of, wait, what just happened? Is that right? And if you even take that time to think, especially if you're trading in the NASDAQ, it could be curtains for the day.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm long from 429. Here the NASDAQ,
right.
Not NASDAQ. In gold. Yep. 429.1. 429.1. Actual price.
Micros or minis?
A mini, just one mini. I'll add down to 25. I'm gonna scale into this.
And back to kind of what Doom was saying here, with the accidental, getting into a position. I think it's a great advertisement for the Topstep risk features where, you could have an XFA with a balance in it. And if you don't have a daily loss limit set, that loss is capped at your account balance, right? So having that daily loss limit set, even though we don't want to hit it, could just help with a mistake like that, right? Where maybe you put on a trade and you don't watch it, and let's say you put on a trade and go walk away, you go walk your dog. Worst thing you want to happen is come back and like, oh, that was 15 minis instead of 15 micros.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Now we're getting
Need
that
this
deeper
for
pullback here in gold.
Need this 440 area to hold here.
VWAP George says there was one time where it was just a few weeks ago, maybe a month, okay, where I fat fingered and it went my way. That rarely happens. That rarely
Rarely.
happens. Yeah.
Yep, you could set max positions with Topstep X. You can do a lot.
All right, I added there at 26 halves. I'm long 2 now. I'll probably get long 3 if it presents itself. 3 is kind of my max. 3 is my max. It's not kind of. It is my max. And then in about 23 minutes, right at the bottom of the hour, 8:30 p.m., we'll jump into the strategy session.
Yeah, I'm looking for NASDAQ to kind of tag 449, 450 and reject. We didn't get exactly up there. What did we get? 446 here. I moved my ad up. Again, I was comfortable getting into 3 here, risking about $300. If I add here, this total risk on this position is going to be about $150. And again, this is one that I'm comfortable leaving on, either stopping me out or getting to an ultimate target of 260s. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it'll be pretty tight stop out here.
Okay.
Dakota, they want to know what happened to your screen.
I mean, we switch screens. We go back and forth. Come on, chat. Come on. Sometimes it's Jay's, sometimes it's mine.
Trade.
Yeah, Jay, you're in a trade. You're managing NASDAQ.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the longest you've held a live account, Dakota? In a prop firm world, over a year. In my personal, 14 years.
All right, NASDAQ, come on. Do the thing. Tag 449 and drop. That's what we're looking for here.
Okay. Why that price?
There was some volume that traded there earlier today. Actually, this morning. Remember this morning you were on fast markets? There was that 900 lot that was at 450s.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So just looking for that to reject right now.
Okay.
We might tag VWAP here though. My stops are right below VWAP.
Gold's hanging
Which I
around
don't
these
love.
34.25s, these mid 20s. Let's watch it.
Decent rejection here for now.
Gold's almost down to those lower 20s, 21.
Yeah. Did you add or you still in one?
I'm looking to add at 22.
Okay.
I'm in 2 right now, Coach J. I'm in 2. I'm gonna
You're in
add.
2.
I'll add another one if we could get down a little bit more, or if we reverse, either or.
Probably getting stopped out here in a second. Got to within a tick of my stop and did not trigger.
Ooh.
I would love my stop to be above VWAP right here. Do I accept the extra $4 of risk to go above VWAP?
Hey, if it's part of your
I could always
process,
get back into
man.
a trade. I could always get back into the trade. I moved my my ads up a little bit here.
It's always cheaper to get back in. Is that what you're planning to do?
Yeah, I don't mind getting stopped out of this and getting back into the trade, reassessing it.
Oh, okay. Someone says, when was the last time you took a payout? What do you mean payout? Like from a prop firm? From Topstep? My last payout was this beginning of the year. I took out just over $250,000. I'm not one to just take payouts very often. I like to build account balances. Most of my money I make comes from my personal trading. It's
Nope.
not the
Last
prop
time,
firm payout. Go ahead.
last time I took a withdrawal was probably about a month and a half ago from a personal account. Just had to take care of some stuff, so took some money out of there. But yeah, same here. Try to leave the money in there, let it work. Sometimes if you make a decent profit, you take it out, let it go do something else. But that was probably about a month and a half ago.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, the withdrawal and payout are two major different things.
808 JC says, bro, don't need a payout. He is the payout. All right, I'm back into this trade short with the 2. Risk right above that recent high we just made. So risking $22 on this, not a whole lot.
Okay.
We rejected at VWAP. And if this stops me out, then I'm wrong on this trade idea. And I'm okay with that. Going to give this a little bit of space.
I like it. In about 15 minutes, we'll start the strategy. We'll continue, like I said, trading comes first. We have 30 minutes to dedicate soon to do the strategy builder. All right. How much are you risking on this one, Jay?
$30.
Okay. Oh, man, that's...
2 micros. 2 micros.
That's not
Big
much
money
at
here.
all. Someone says, the bearish gold. They're bearish gold. Yeah, gold popped up to these 30s, these 34, and we're coming off. We're back down to these 24, 23s, which I'm liking for this long. This is Friday's high. This was Friday's high. Gold's right near Friday's high, holding as a little bit of support. A little bit of support here, Friday's high. If we start to reverse, I will add again. Doom in the chat. Well, on the bright side, I'm no longer just thinking I'll be taking tomorrow off.
It's not bad to have a good day off.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. We have a holiday coming up, right? Here in the U.S. Nice long weekend.
Yes, we do. Can't wait for that. Cannot wait. I love trading. Love what we do here, but nice 4-day weekend. Sounds, well, 3-day weekend.
Yeah, everyone needs a nice weekend. Yeah. I'm excited for Nvidia earnings. That's what I'm excited for.
The watch party.
Yeah, the watch party. It's gonna be on.
If you want to join,
yeah,
we got some guests coming in for at the buzzer. But if you want to join, I could throw you a link.
Oh, all right, man.
Throw you a link to the party. I know you're usually boxing at that time, but
yeah, let me. Wednesday at 4? Wednesday at 4?
Wednesday, yeah. Well, 3:15 Central Time.
3:15 Central. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll watch
Wednesday,
the market reaction.
All right, yeah. Let me see if I'm available. I might hop on. At minimum, I'll hop into the chat and say hi.
CB wants to know what my take profit is on this NASDAQ trade. So really where I'm looking for the NASDAQ to get to, and I could have hungry eyes here, but I'm looking at the low of the Powell candle. That might be a little ambitious for this profit target, but that's kind of where I'm looking for the market to trade between now and Nvidia earnings. Now, how it gets there, when it gets there, if it gets there is a question, but that's where I'm looking for it to go.
Okay.
And if it gets to my stop first, then I'll get stopped out.
Nvidia earning is after the bell Wednesday, so we'll have all day tomorrow, all day or tomorrow night, and then Wednesday throughout the day. For a moment, you think we're just gonna kind of have choppy price action going in, and then tonight we're seeing these markets move. Now, what does that mean? Is it gonna have effect on tomorrow's price? Well, it looks like it so far. Looks like it so far, but anything can happen. We shall see.
ACH.
We seen it tonight. If you're sitting there trading, and the next thing you know, boom. That's why we should always have stop losses.
Who bought the 200 moving average in the NASDAQ off the 30-minute? Just curious. Anyone in chat? Buy the dip in the NASDAQ off that 200 moving average. It's a pretty nice trade so far. It's that white line on my chart there.
Buy the dip.
BTFD. BT did. Nice trade. James did. Mark did. Look at you guys. Great trade.
Why didn't we?
It's a great question.
Why
You're
did
looking for
we?
360s. I know that.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to give advice than take our own advice. At least
Hey,
for
man.
me. Yeah,
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
all the time I catch myself. Wow, that was a great call out. Oh, that I should have done that. Oh man, so going through and yeah, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it is.
Yeah. I see chat saying, moving averages are different on all time frames. Yeah. This one specifically is the 200 moving average, simple moving average on the 30-minute chart. I got to thank Coach Paul for that one. But it is a interesting level more often than it is not an interesting level. So we can see it here. Today was a perfect example. So Coach Paul, if he's watching right now, is probably like, why the hell did Jay just sell where he did, but and not buy it off that 200 moving average? But there's a plan here. There's a plan here.
There's always a plan, man.
There's always a plan. There's always a plan.
Don't let's call.
Let's take a look at gold.
Coach Paul. Coach Paul will watch
Right.
it.
What the F are you doing? All right.
That's how it is sometimes. That's how it
Yep.
is. 12
Yeah.
minutes until the strategy session. I'm going to do that. Let's do a little bit of music before we start that.
Let's do it.
Let me know if it's a little too loud. I know Jay. Let's make sure you got it. You got it plugged in.
Let me see if I can hear it. Oh yeah, I got it. Sounds good.
We're good. And I'm going to get that set up. And in the meantime, if you haven't done so already, do a hashtag slow markets. Hashtag slow markets in the YouTube chat. I did post my Insta and then the Twitter or the X. Go ahead, do hashtag slow markets. Usually traders that I've been seeing, which is pretty cool to see. A trade that you've had tonight, maybe your setup, and just something about maybe Topstep, slow markets in general. Always love to see it. And I'll wait till we get through on that one. You're still in the short, green on the screen, it looks like.
Green on the screen for right now. Yep, up about $40 on this. Again, looking for a much lower price target, 264. I'm just going to leave this 265-ish area. I'm just going to leave this one on. Again, risking about $30. I already took a $100 loser on this trade, but I'm looking at this as one full trade idea. If this one stops me out, then we will reassess in the morning.
Oh, okay. Will you lock yourself out to reassess in the morning?
I don't know if I need to lock myself out of this. I think I'm okay just shutting down the platform and coming back tomorrow. But yeah, I'll manually lock myself out. I won't use the platform lockout, not tonight. Because this loss doesn't feel like one of those losses that I am going to try to recover. Every trade is different that way, right? Like sometimes if a trade just pisses you off, you're just like, okay, I need to lock myself out before I do something stupid. This is not one of those.
Yeah.
This is not one of those.
Yeah, you can tell, right? And everybody is traded. If you've traded for a while, you can tell when, that was a trade or emotional or sometimes how you're feeling to indicate, oh yeah, I need to lock myself out. I need to step back. Wait till tomorrow. We've all been there. We've done that. Been there, done that.
Aaron says a good trader does not need Topstep to lock out. It's not just Topstep that has those lockout features either, right? You could do it with Rhythmic. You could do it with Tradeovate. You could do it with a bunch of different platforms. I'm gonna disagree, right? It's like saying, a guy who traveled on horseback 100 years ago doesn't need a car.
Explain that. What do you
mean? You could get to your destination a lot faster in a car than you could on a horse, right? Where if the tool becomes available, it's a tool to help you do what you're already doing, right? So again, it's like the guy with the horse that says, these people are making cars, I don't need a car. Right? Or Rob just said it in the chat. It's like saying, I've never been in an accident, so why do I need a seatbelt? Aaron says a good trader can walk away. Maybe that is true, right? And in some cases, you do walk away, right? Like I said, after this trade, if it stops me out, I am going to walk away. But in the case, Dakota, you consider yourself a pretty good trader?
Depends on the day, man. Depends on the day. But yeah.
And that's it.
This is a situation where it's better to have and not need than need and not have. Right? It's nice to have the tools available because Topstep's international. There's tens of thousands of traders from all levels of experience, brand new, like maybe learning what is a candlestick chart, to experienced veterans that I could walk away. So be it. That's fine. But to be able to demonstrate it and do it are two different things. To be able to say you can do it, and then maybe a situation where you don't realize I should have done this after the fact, right? Until the damage is already done. So I would always encourage, if a trader, whether they think they can or think they can't, sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. I've also been in situations where I thought I switched accounts and I didn't, and I mess up, or I click on the app just to check the markets and I accidentally click on a trade, or you never know what could happen. At least, if you lock yourself out, then that's the safety net. It's like, no matter what happens, if I accidentally click on the platform, if I'm watching or I'm just checking because there's a news event, I'm not going to be fat finger. I'm not going to be accidentally doing this. It eliminates the human error. It eliminates mistakes. Or I've heard plenty of stories where someone's left their desk and their kids logged on to the computer, or their kids was on the computer and they went in and they were clicking buttons and doing this. I mean,
oh man,
there's tons of stories out there. Okay. And that feature is a beautiful thing. You can imagine, what if you have your personal account, you have a huge trade on, tens of thousands of dollars, and you have a kid or someone comes over and just curious, and maybe they come in and they doing something and something happens, and last thing you know, that's part of risk management. That's part of risk management, not in that aspect, but every aspect, right? How good's your internet? Do you have backup internet connection? Do you have a wired mouse? Like, I have a wired mouse. My battery's not going to die in my mouse anytime soon. I don't have to deal with that. Those little details.
Yeah. I think it's more of and Coach Ray likes to say this all the time, right? He doesn't consider us traders. He considers us risk managers. It's a good risk management decision, right? Forget looking at it as a good trader, right? A good trader is somebody who can identify levels, execute at those levels, right? But is a good trader always a great risk manager? And I think that may be what it is. It's a great risk management decision. But if you don't need it, don't use it.
100%.
Don't use it.
But the tool's there. The tool's there for traders. It's better to have and not need than need and not have. That's always the case. But that's not the same with indicators, right? You have so many indicators on your chart, and you could go say, it's better to have and not need it. Not if you can't see the chart. Someone says, I lost power today. Glad I didn't go at open market. Yeah, losing power, losing internet connection, running out of batteries, computer dies. Who knows? Phone dies if you're trading on your phone or a mobile device. Running out of power. I've been there. I've been watching the market on the phone, trying to manage the position, and I'm running out of battery. Forget your phone charger.
I think we could show that comment. Noala says, slam it down on these knucklehead dip buyers. I agree for my position here. Let's slam it down. These knucklehead dip buyers did buy at a great spot though, so they might win this one.
BTFD, man.
BTFD.
Okay, we got about a few minutes and then we'll get that strategy session. So let me get this document set up. I got it all ready to go. Coach Jay, you'll review it with me. Last night, remember, last night was the first session. We went through and we started building it out. Tonight we'll continue into Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and then Thursday we should have the final draft polished. We could talk about, maybe do some examples on the charts, and then that might even lead to where next week, maybe if there's a trade setup that will match it, who knows, maybe there's something there. Like I said, it is not financial advice. This isn't, hey, here's a strategy, this is go trade it, you're gonna be profitable. No, this is purely education. Talk about it all the time. The idea of the strategy session during slow markets and this week is to help build that strategy, understand how to put a strategy on paper, black and white, write it down, maybe what to think about, maybe help a new trader go through. I've always had my strategy. I've just kept it in my head, and I trade it in my head, and then being able to actually articulate it onto paper, and then a draft, and then polish it up, and then make sure that they could follow it, right? Because once you write it down, once you have it on paper somewhere or on a document, then it makes it hopefully easier to follow, harder to break, and it's better to adjust. And then if you need to review it, you can just, it's right there. You could just go through and write it down and reread it. I know tons of, most of the profitable traders I do know, they have it written down somewhere, so they can always reference it. What's your thoughts on that, Coach Jay?
Yeah, written down somewhere is good to have, right? Just for you to refer back to it, right? Maybe things aren't going well. You need to remind yourself like what it is that you're actually trying to do in the markets. Mm-hmm. And it's not just looking at a screen for that screen to give you money, right? It could be, following a process that is then going to lead to results. So yeah, I think it's good to have written down. I have mine written down in a couple of different places, but most recently I started using ChatGPT. Reminds me of everything, right? Got to use AI to your advantage. So I can just ask ChatGPT, remind me of what my trading plan is, and I get a one-page
there you go
document from there.
Using AI to trade AI.
Use it to your advantage.
Use it to your advantage. So here it is. Let's go through this. Let's do a brief summary. I'll do a quick 1-minute summary of last night's. If you missed it, it's recorded. It's here on Topstep's YouTube. Last night during slow markets, 30 minutes each night, Sunday night through Thursday. Let's review what we have. I've called this the pullback strategy. This is one of my favorite ones. You're going with the trend. It's a simple pullback. You look to buy it. If we're selling off, we wait for a pullback. You look to sell it. I'm doing a very basic risk management off a 150K account, $200 per trade, having a $1,000 daily loss limit. If you're profitable, say you made $2,000 for the day, the daily loss limit is now $1,000 in the money, kind of just trailing it like you would do a stop. Pre-market routine. This was a big one. This is what we talked the most about last night. Understanding your pre-market routine. I always like to eat before I trade, mostly eating healthy food. There's been plenty of times where I didn't have anything to eat. My fridge was empty. I didn't go to the grocery store, and I just had to DoorDash something, and then it was just didn't set well with my stomach, and that was a crappy trading day, which you don't think about that kind of stuff, right? Wow, you eat before you start trading so that you could focus. Your body has the energy and the nutrition to trade and perform at its peak, right? And then if you eat junk and you feel like crap during trading, that can definitely affect your trading. Tea or coffee, I don't mind both. I'm not too much of a coffee drinker. I do prefer tea. And then I always go to the bathroom before I start trading. Last thing you want to do is to be in a trade and need to take a bathroom break. A meditation, stretch, working out, running. I always shower after I go for the gym and before I trade. And then right before I sit down, I pull up the charts, I check the news events, what's going on, check the economic calendar, just like we did last night or tonight, right? We say, oh, wow, okay, this markets are moving. What's going on? What's the news? We had, breaking news, headlines hitting. That's why we're seeing these markets moving tonight. And then a good place for that is yourself, Coach Jay and Hoag. The morning market prep, you guys go over a lot of that before the markets even open. So that makes life a lot easier. You could just pull up YouTube, pull up the morning show, and yeah, you basically do all that for us, you and Hoag and the team. And then you scroll down a little bit. We went through time frames. This is kind of where we ended last night. What trading time frames? I'm basing this off of myself. Like I said, as we go through this, I highly suggest traders to customize it to their own trading strategy. This is just the outline of how I would do it, how I would put it together. And then I'll ask your feedback, Coach Jay, and then we'll continue to add to this and build this document going into Thursday. So for the time frames, I have a daily. You guys get to see me do this every single night. I start on the daily. What do I look on the daily? I look at market trends. Are we trending, higher highs, higher lows? Are we consolidating? Then I look at major support and resistance. Next, I'll look at a 60-minute chart, hourly chart. I look for the same thing. I'm looking for support and resistance. Are we trending? And then I'll use volatility. Say, okay, how volatile is this market? For an example, I'm going to use ATR, average true range. It's an indicator that you can put on your charts. I'll show how to do that either tomorrow or the next day once this document's done. And then finally, the 5-minute chart. What I use that for? Technical patterns, double bottoms, 3-bar reversals, a bunch of different technical patterns. That's primarily used for my entries, my exits, and then trade management. So thoughts on this so far, Coach Jay? And then we'll start getting into completing this document. We should get about halfway tonight, adding some more of the stuff. Thoughts on this, Coach Jay?
Yeah, this looks pretty good so far, right? So you're saying, how you prep just yourself before you even get to the trading day?
Correct. Yeah,
which is really good. Can you scroll up just a little bit?
Yep.
There was some risk management stuff. Okay, yep. Risk management first, of course. Yeah, this is pretty good so far. Can you scroll down just a little?
Yeah. And
then, yeah, I think from here, then you start talking about, what time of day maybe you start trading. But yeah, this is pretty good so far.
Correct. Yep. Time of day. Also, here's another one, Coach Jay, is, let me get this. We have market types.
Yes.
Market types. What type of markets would we be trading? That is a very big one. There's so many markets you could trade here at Topstep, and you could just trade in general. For example, we have future currencies, currency futures, right? We have Bitcoin, we have NASDAQ, we have gold, we have the Nikkei, you have everything. But for this specific example, I'm going to just stick to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do NASDAQ and gold because this is just me. I'm doing this off mine. Everybody in the chat, if you're going to do it, I would, obviously you want to do it off yours. So NASDAQ, when do I want to trade it? All right. Is this tradable for me? Right now, I would say the only time I'd like to trade NASDAQ or whenever I want to put this particular strategy to work, I'd say is only if the average true range on the 60-minute is greater than 30 points. That's mine. That's a basic, simple one. Say I'm going to only trade the NASDAQ if the average true range on the 60-minute chart is greater than 30 points. Now remember, once we're done, I'll give an example of that and we'll go through it. And honestly, same for gold. I'm going to do the same thing for gold. Only if an ATR on the 60-minute is greater than, we'll start off, I think it's like 0.30 right there, 0.30. I think that's how I have it written. We'll double check, we'll fine tune it. Remember, this is a rough draft. Spelling, any mistakes, we could always come back, we could adjust it, we could make changes, we can do other things, we could add markets, we could take markets away, we could make adjustments, add indicators, just customize it. Thoughts on that for market types, Coach Jay? We have 2 markets, we have 2 market conditions as well.
Yeah, I think this sounds good. 2 different markets, right? Equity market and commodity market. I'm looking at the I'm looking at a 1 hour on the NASDAQ. That 30-point ATR seems like all the time.
This seems like all time. What about the
Like
5-minute?
Yeah, the 5-minute might be.
Because I know it could be depending on the market volatility, right? Because during April,
Right.
it was a whole lot different than what we're seeing now.
Yeah, I'm seeing hourly ATR pretty much always above 30 on the NASDAQ.
Okay.
If you're looking for like lower volatile times, maybe you could say as long as it's above 45. On the 5-minute, then it starts going down to like, yeah, take a look at the 5-minute. It might be a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it. We could go through and do it now. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. I'm going to take a look at the 5-minute. And we could say, and I'm going to go through and add an ATR, average true range indicator. And let's make it white right here. So it's a lot easier to see against the background. So we're at 18 points now. During the New York session, it looks like it's been getting about 20 points. So I think it could be fair to say if the ATR is above, we could even dare say 20 points.
Yeah. 20 on the 5-minute.
20 on the 5-minute. 20 on the 5-minute seems very reasonable here. But let's see what it would. Yeah, 5-minute, 20 on the 5-minute seems very reasonable. Let me look at the hourly chart. And this is kind of where I think I was basing it off of, when the market was not very volatile at all.
Got you.
Yeah, let's do that.
And real quick on the ATR, it's the average true range, right? So you can see that value changing. It's basically the default, and I would suggest leaving it as the default, which is looking back at the last 14 candles on the time frame that you trade. So right now that value shows 23 points over Dakota's head. The average range of the last 20 candles, the average range of the last 14 candles was 16 points from where he's measuring it, right? That's all it is.
Yeah.
Nothing super complicated, just looking at the average of the last 14 candles.
Yep. I think for this type of volatility, just what I'm looking at right now, anything above the way it sees is 15 points. 15 points here on the NASDAQ is a lot more accurate. Just that's about the halfway mark from the lows and the highs. So 15 points. So let's get back to that document. And I'll say only trade. This is the beautiful thing about building it, right? Because we always going to be making adjustments. We'll see anything above 15 points. So only trade the NASDAQ only if the ATR on the 5-minute is greater than 15 points. And now let's do the same thing with gold. Let's do the same thing with gold. What seems reasonable on gold? It looks like we're just sideways here. I was going to say $2 is about the right. $2.50 to $2. You can see these spikes as the New York session. Some days it's just there's nothing there. So $2 is about the mid mark. So let's go ahead and put it at that. $2 on gold, which is what, 20 ticks. So we'll just put 2. So with ATR is above 2, and there's this point where you can come in and just adjust it. You can adjust it. We'll just keep, instead of points, we'll just do 15. Once a month. I think there's a point where I can come in and I'll adjust it like once a month, every other week, depending on the volatility, once a week maybe. But
you would definitely need to change that for April, right? Like,
correct. Yeah, always needing to make adjustments to this. If you have a variable that needs to be adjusted, this is definitely one of those variables that would need to be adjusted. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's take a look at conditions. Market conditions. So conditions, and I'll go through this. We have what are some different market conditions that we can see. So I'm going to just go through and what I have written out. Condition number 1, we see where am I at? A trending market. So trending markets. So what is a trending market? And this is help defining, right? How do you define a trending market? And like I said, my spelling is not the best. So simple. Higher highs and higher lows. Simple. Trending. Higher highs, higher lows. Of course, how volatile. For some reason, I have volatile. Yeah. Yep. I think we already have that volatile thing up here. Volatility already there.
Yep.
Volatility already there. And then we have a trade setup. Let's go through. I'm just going to put one more thing on here. I mean, that's basically the market condition. This is a trending market. Whenever you get a pullback, you want the market to continue, right? Higher highs, higher lows.
Yep.
And then
are you using the daily to determine the trend, or are you using the shorter time frame, like the hourly?
That's where both, right?
Gotcha.
Higher highs, higher lows. You have to have the daily and the hourly both aligned.
Gotcha.
We got to make sure that the ATR is greater than, and I'm just going to copy paste this. ATR greater, I'll just say meets conditions. Just so that we just double check. I like to have a double check on there. And like I said, this is not a strategy that I'm recommending. This is just one that I'm going to continue to repeat that. And so we'll just do the trade setup. Here we go. Something very basic, very simple. Coach Jay, we'll just say a pullback. Obviously, names in the setting, the heading, right? It's pullback strategy. That's what we're looking for. We're looking at pullback in the market, and it's going to be of at least 38%. 38% from the high. 38%. So some traders might use a Fibonacci, measure it, go through it. Like I said, we're going to go through and do some examples. This is simple pullback. Pullback at least 38 from the high. Near or at support, resistance. Okay, there we go. Trade setup, trade condition. Any thoughts on this, Coach Jay? Any thoughts? What are you thinking?
That 38%. Chat's asking as well. Why 38%?
38%. That's just a decent number. That's a decent number. Well, look, hey, look, we have a setup right here. Honestly, here on gold. Look,
Yeah.
Right? This could definitely be a setup. What we're seeing here on gold, we have this move, and we have that nice move. We're in a trending market, right? Because of higher high, higher low, and we have a pullback, and we got another continuation. We have another continuation, and we pulled back. Let's see how deep this pullback is. We'll throw a fib on there. We'll throw a fib from high to low. We're almost 38%. We're almost there. And then at an area of support and resistance, right? Guess what? We're at an area of support and resistance. So I mean, ironically,
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, we're building a strategy. We're building a plan, and we're seeing it happen right in front of us. And then I was gonna say, there's a few ways to get in, and wow, that's looking like a pretty nice setup, to be honest. I won't go through the rest. Like I said, we're gonna review some more tomorrow, and then Wednesday, and then have the finished product on Thursday. But you can see, right? It's kind of coming together. I didn't just pull this out of I just pull this out of thin air. It came from something. All right, the strategy that I'm putting together, it came from something. It's realistic. There's a reason why I'm doing it. This is a 5-minute chart. This basically meets conditions. Look, the ATR is above 2. It's a trending market. We pulled back at least 38%, give or take, right? And now we're at this level of support resistance. And now we're getting possibly some type of reversal, right? It could be maybe a 3-bar reversal, consolidation. Yeah, Pimp Daddy. I was going to say it. We're on air. This is a family show. And basically, we'd look for just continuation, right? It's a trending market. We're looking for a trending market, which is a trending market. We know we have a move. We have a pullback. We have either some consolidation or a reversal. And then we get a continuation, and that's hopefully what we are getting to see here on the gold. So let's.
You know what, Dakota?
What, Jay?
Interesting that you pull up my chart real quick.
All right. We'll pull up your chart.
Something interesting's happening at that 38% level. Here's the NASDAQ.
You can see us out there, dude.
Here's this little swing here, right? We got this high. Maybe I could anchor this at a different spot, but I anchored it at this high right here. After that news spike, we pushed down, and what happened right at 38%? Interesting.
Jay.
Interesting.
I've been trading for over 14 years. I know a little bit. I know just a little bit. Sometimes I can get these markets right.
A little something about something.
Yeah, a little something.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, and everyone who tunes in, they get this stuff for free, to be honest, which is just insane. That I really wish I had when I was learning how to trade, to be able to just pull up a free stream on YouTube and get some of this content and be like, oh wow, Because there's a lot of memes out there, right, where you have someone brand new to the market and they ask a veteran like, can you teach me how to trade for free? And they just laugh. They're like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, yeah, there's a lot more to it, but Topstep provides this, and we do this here at Topstep, and it's amazing. And look at this.
Free.
Look at the gold. Look at gold now. There's something to
Somebody's
it.
gonna repackage this and sell it.
DBA Concepts.
Hey,
Let's patent this. Let's patent this. DBA Concepts. Where's it at? It's been around since before I was born. I could probably patent this little document we're building and sell it for.
It's like you know a little bit of something, Dakota.
$1.99. Now we're not just a pretty face on the YouTube, huh? Oh man.
It's like you know a little bit of something. You know
Yeah.
That 38% level, pretty interesting there. It's a VWAP sitting there as well.
Yeah, do more.
All strategies that we can get for free. If you anchor that VWAP to a specific spot, we talked about it.
Yeah.
But that's not the strategy we're building here. But
No.
Hey,
No.
sometimes guys on YouTube give you stuff for free. As long as it's not free candy.
As long as it's not free
don't eat
candy.
Don't
And
eat
then here's the link
candy.
to the Discord for X amount of dollars, and you see that too. But nope, Topstep Discord is also completely free. Where I mean, there's some great stuff in there. And shout out to my VIP team. Shout out to my VIP team. This is some of the stuff that my VIP team gets. They just, yeah, I'm excited. How's your VIP team doing?
They're doing good. They're doing good. I was on with Jason from my VIP team a little earlier today. And he started off trading 1 micro. That is going to be the suggestion for me. I don't want to try to change the way anybody trades because there's a bunch of different ways. If they have, suggestions about what I do, I'll give it to them. But the only thing I ask is that everybody manage their risk. So not risking more than 12% of the drawdown in any given day, and trading 3 micros max for the first week at least, and we'll see how that goes. So sounds like they're doing well. Of course, I have some traders that are just like, oh, I traded with 3 minis today. I made $2,200. And you have to congratulate that, but at the same time, it's just like, please, this is not a race to see who gets to the finish line first. Because right at that end of the finish line, sometimes there's a cliff, and we don't want to fall off the cliff. So, they're doing good. They're doing good. I have a trader that's up $2,200 today on vacation, which is pretty cool to see. But yeah, I just want everyone to trade sustainably.
Love it. I mean, we kind of see that every VIP season, right? This is my second one with the team. You've had, what, 3? This is your 3rd one now. And it's kind of the same thing, right? Everyone gets a new account. They're excited. They jump in, and, if you see a trader, it's like, wow, I jumped in, I traded, I hit $2,300 for my first day. And then maybe they pass on like the 2nd or 3rd day. And it's great to see that, right? It's great to see how excited traders get. It's like, wow, you passed in 2 days. You passed so fast, trading big size. And then you kind of just think in the back of your head as a coach, you're like, okay, are they going to be able to duplicate this in an XFA? Are they going to trade any differently? Is it going to be a psychological hurdle from trading a combine to this? Is that sustainable? Everyone just kind of seen me go through a little bit of that as well. During me going back to combines, I traded too big of size, and I passed relatively quickly. It wasn't in 2 days. It was like a week until I passed, week and a half when I passed. And then, I traded the same, and 2-3 bad days in a row, it's like, well, dang, and it's gone. Right. And so it's like, yeah, I see it all the time. I see it in myself, in my own trading, and it's good trading. It's just being able to duplicate that in the XFA and then do it consistently, right? And like we say this all the time, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs, and it's just trying to find that consistency. So I like your suggestion. That was my suggestion all last season as well, was just size down, size down, size down. And then the VIP teams, each member, they get 2 free resets a month. And so it's like, okay, size down, but understand that this is a VIP team. You do have 2 free resets here in the VIP. You can utilize that into your advantage. So yeah, that's it's always a double-edged sword. There's for everything that you get, there's a pro and a con.
100%. 100%. Traders want to know what the target is for this NASDAQ trade. It's 23,260s. Again, with this 2-lot, I'm only risking $33, so I'm just going to leave this trade on. We'll see what happens during the opening call tomorrow. Why am I down already on this trade? Because I preempted the entry. And, Dakota, we're talking about building out a plan. A plan is great to have because it's a roadmap, right, for how to get to where you want to go, but you still got to execute it, right? And
Correct.
I'm talking to a trader in my VIP right now. Just sent me a DM, and apparently this trader has great levels, right? But I feel like that's maybe 10% of the battle as a trader, right? Being able to identify levels, being able to click in real time and have faith in a strategy can be an ever-going, process and building trust in that. Ultimately, you have to click the button, right? I think traders have a hard time clicking the button with a strategy they feel that they've developed over so long because they don't want that strategy to be right? It's something that you feel like, it came from you. You spent all this time developing it. So there's no way that it can be wrong. But something you just said in the Dakota, and I think putting it in this trading plan is, what do you do when everything that you've measured doesn't work? Because that 38% level that you just had, Dakota, is not going to work all the time.
No.
And when it doesn't, how do you respond from there? Or if you don't execute on it, how do you respond? And I think that is probably something that needs to go in that plan. Management of your own emotions. If I miss a trade at what I call a perfect level, what do I do? Because a lot of times the response is, I'm just going to jump into some bullshit trade that sorry, I know this is family. I know this is a family show, but I'm going to jump into some BS trade with max leverage because I'm upset. That can't be the answer.
Oh, I've done it. I've been there before.
Same here. I've done it too many times. Too many times.
Yes. One too many. One is too many already.
Yep.
No, I agree. And that's part of what we're going to be talking about. Like I said, it's Monday night. It's day number 2 of the strategy session. Let's switch it over to my charts, and let me just scroll through this document real fast. So tonight we had the market types, we had the conditions, and we have the trade set up. We walked through it. We went through the ATR. Tomorrow we'll continue to build on this. Wednesday night, when you come back and join me, Coach Jay, we're going to continue to build on this. And then Thursday, we'll have a polished up document. And hopefully traders who are joining me each and every night is able to do something similar with their own, right? Because that's the goal. Being able to, like you said, put it on a piece of paper, put it in black and white. If you can't measure it, then you can't really improve it. But what gets measured gets improved. And with this, it allows you a very black and white setup. And then, like you said, what do you do when if you feel emotions? And then we could go through that. And then once you're able to measure it, you can identify. Hopefully it makes it more difficult for you to break your strategy. Hopefully it makes it easier for you to follow it. If you need a reminder, you could just go through, read this. Sometimes what could be a good thing to do is every morning before I'm getting ready to trade, I just briefly run through my strategy. I just read it, and then I'm ready to go. Remind me, rather than just keeping it in your head and trying to remember it, and then if you do start to get emotional, then it's a lot harder to you don't have nothing to refer back to. This, it gives you just that. So other than that, Coach Jay, anything else? I'm going to save this, and we will be ready for tomorrow.
I got nothing else, man. Traders, all the information that you get, regardless of who you get it from, right? Use it, make it your own, right? Even with this trading plan document, could you copy exactly what Dakota has here? You could. But ultimately, you got to find something that resonates with you, and hopefully, what we're doing this week, what Dakota's doing this week, is helping you do that, and then execute what you have. You can't be afraid to. I see some traders saying, "I get emotional. I get scared to take my own trades." Scared money has never made $1. So
scared money don't make no money. No,
scared money never made $1. So. But take risks that's measured, right? Take risks that's measured, because whether you know it or not, every one of you is a great loser. You've already learned how to lose. You got to learn how to win though. So
yes, Doom, you're a great
take the trades
loser.
that you measure.
We're great losers together.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, tomorrow is Tuesday. Thank you, Jay. I know you're going to be on with the opening call with Hoag and JD, but tomorrow we have Braden and Chike. Am I saying that right? Chike?
Yes. Two amazing traders.
Two amazing traders.
Amazing.
Yes.
I think Braden was up like $7,000 today. Chike's process, Andre's been asking Chike about his process every day, but he keeps it close to his heart. He shares little nuggets here and there, but they are both great traders, so that should be a great show tomorrow.
As he should, man. And then of course I'm going to be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central for Power Players. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. And then again, tomorrow night is Technical Tuesday. I'll be on here. We're going to continue the strategy session. And yeah, here we go. Thanks, Coach Jay. I appreciate it. And appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you missed it, like I said, follow me, follow Coach Jay on the socials. I have my Instagram pinned to the YouTube chat. And then let me go ahead and post my X at any time that we're not on air. I try and do my best to do updates that way. Updates about my trading, updates just in general, kind of a peek behind the curtains. And I've seen some of that good stuff coming from you, Coach Jay, if you want to have a shameless plug.
Oh yeah, just posted my Instagram there as well, man. Dakota, I think we're influencers.
We're
man.
influencers. We're influencers. We're influencers.
I think that's what just happened.
I mean,
here we go.
There we go. DBA concept. Well, we had this conversation last year, man. We were like, we're traders. Like, I don't know if we could do this social media type thing. I was like, are we going to go on air? Are we going to go on YouTube? This is weird. And now a year and a half later, here we are, at night, talking about the markets, sharing our socials, talking about this. And I've enjoyed this journey, man.
And if you like what we're doing here, hit like, hit subscribe. Make sure you turn on that bell notification so you can get all the top up-to-date information at Topstep. There we go. Yeah, that was my best influencer bag. But you guys get the idea. Thanks for joining us as always.
With the cherry on top. Take care, everybody.
Right.
And see you then. Bye.